All right, everybody, we've got a Seahawks practice report for today, hot off the presses from John Boyle on Twitter. Just came out literally a couple minutes ago, and it's pretty extensive. We've got some concerns going into this Monday night game. Now, real quick, I think most people have already kind of figured this out, or they were already aware, but on weeks where a team plays on Monday night, they stagger everything out by an extra day. So Thursday is Wednesday, Friday is Thursday, and Saturday is Friday. So this is the first practice report or injury report of the week for the Seahawks. So let's take a look at what we got here. We had a lot of players sitting out practice today, 10 in total. So let's run it down here. Charles Cross, DK Metcalf, Phil Haynes, Trey Brown, Kobe Bryant, Dre'Mont Jones, Quandre Diggs, Jaron Reed, Uchenna Nwosu, and Daryl Taylor. Cross, I wasn't super encouraged by what I heard about Charles Cross's chances of playing this week, honestly. The way Carroll talked about Cross earlier today, he sounded like, we'll see, we don't know, we're gonna take a look, we don't think he's gonna be out there. It just felt like he's not gonna play. But I'm okay with that because after this week we have a bye week, and Cross is a very important part of this offense. So if he needs to sit for another game that we have shown we are capable of winning games without him, then that's totally fine by me. And then you get this week off, you get next week off, and then you got a chance to get back against the Bengals. So Cross, not feeling great about. DK Metcalf did not practice today either, but I think we all know that that's just more of a veteran thing at this point because he's got the injured ribs. It's not something that's likely to keep him out of the game on Monday. So I think DK will be ready to go, and he showed against the Panthers in that game that he's capable of playing very well with this injury. So no real concerns there. Metcalf will be fine. Phil Haynes still not practicing with the calf injury. Couldn't really get a strong vibe from Carroll when he talked about Phil Haynes earlier, whether or not he's going to play. Now, he is playing well so far this season, but if he doesn't go, then we've got Anthony Bradford, and I think a lot of Seahawks fans are going to be excited to see more Bradford, so that wouldn't be the end of the world. But I would like to have Haynes at least healthy as an option, because if there's one thing about that Giants team that is good, it's that interior defensive line with Lawrence and Leonard Williams. So I would like to see Phil Haynes back so we at least have the option, but he did not practice, and I didn't get a solid read from Carroll's comments earlier today, so we're just going to kind of leave that as a 50-50 for now. Trey Brown, in concussion protocol, didn't get the sense he was going to play this week. Usually a concussion is going to cost you a game, at least. And the fact that he's not practicing now indicates to me this is a more significant concussion. It's not like the Devin Bush concussion on special teams where he was ready to go after like I think it was like less than a week. So not feeling great about Trey Brown's availability. Kobe Bryant still not practicing. Carroll was pretty vague on that front, so I'm not feeling great about his ability to return, which I think a lot of Seahawks fans out there don't particularly mind that one because he's not playing that well, and it seems like he might not really be a fit at cornerback in general. But right now we could use the help because our cornerback room's just a little bit beat up. So I'm hoping we get better news tomorrow, but did not practice. Dre'Mont Jones did not practice, but Pete said that his pathway back is going fairly well. So I kind of got a good vibe from the way Carroll was wording things with Dre'Mont earlier today that he would be able to play this week, but obviously it's going to take some time to really determine that for sure. So Dre'Mont, for the moment, it seems like the injury that he had is at the very least not trivial. Quandre Diggs, no practice with a hamstring, but I'm pretty confident at this point that's a veteran thing. I don't doubt he's going to play. I will say he might be physically limited from this injury thing. So it could be affecting his play pretty significantly. So Quandre Diggs, I'm sure he'll play. This is probably as much to do with him being a longtime veteran, not needing practice time, as anything else. Jaron Reed did not practice with a quadricep. Again, he didn't practice that much last week. He missed some practice time and he still played, and he played amazingly. So I think we're probably okay there as well, but worth monitoring as we go through this week. It is the kind of injury, theoretically anyway, a quadricep that could get worse as time goes by and you keep playing, and we cannot afford to have him not out there. Honestly, we can't really afford to have any defensive line not out there right now, so we just gotta hope. Uchenna Nwosu, Achilles injury. I didn't hear of anything coming out of that Panthers game from him, and I didn't hear anything in the last couple of days. So I'm assuming that it's a rest day as much as anything else. So no real worries about Nwosu not being able to play this week. I think he'll be fine. Darrell Taylor, on the other hand, apparently re-aggravated an old injury when he injured his shin against the Panthers. So that could be something. We're going to learn more tomorrow for sure, but it would not shock me if Darrell Taylor missed at least a little bit of time with that shin injury because apparently it was beyond the confines of simple, oh, this just hurts a little bit. No, it was actually aggravating a former injury, so definitely a possibility there. Now we got some limited participations in practice. Will Dissly was in pads, was out there working, so great news there. If he's participating in practice, even in a limited form on Thursday, really good chance he's going to be able to play on Monday. So great news. Dissly has been great so far this year, by the way. PFF loves him. Watching him play, it seems like he's doing just about everything right. He is proving himself worthy of that contract when he's on the field. But got to be on the field to be worth it. So great news there. I'm definitely thinking that if he can practice today, he'll probably be able to play on Monday. So feeling good about that. Julian Love also limited with a hamstring, but I don't doubt that he's going to play. And hey, it's a homecoming for him, right? This is the team that drafted him. This is where he was last year. He's going to want to be out there. He's going to want to do something. Artie Burns, same thing. I didn't hear these guys got really injured coming out of that Panthers game, so I think it's just basic, simple maintenance stuff. So Julian Love and Artie Burns, I mean they're limited on Thursday. That's a good sign. And we didn't hear anything alarming coming out of that game concerning those two guys. So I think they're going to be good. Full participation. Jamal Adams, Pete Carroll has hammered over and over and over again. Jamal's playing this week, so it looks like he's back. So hopefully, sometime in the near future, he's not even listed on these practice reports. And Rico Woolen, full participant. Great news there. So it would be a shock if Rico Woolen did not play. So assuming that holds, assuming nothing bad happens with Woolen this week and he's out there, you're going to have Witherspoon on one side and Woolen on the other side. And if that does not excite you as a Seahawks fan, then I don't know what will. Like this is a true. I know Witherspoon's not a shutdown cornerback yet, but both these guys are absolute ballers, great playmakers, capable of doing some absolutely devastating things to opposing receiving cores. And we're playing this Giants team that so far doesn't really look like they got a heck of a lot going on at receiver. It is an opportunity for us to see where that investment is ultimately going to go. The first chance we're really going to get at seeing what is the value of having Witherspoon on one side and Woolen on the other side. And I have a feeling that it's going to go someplace very special. And I know this is very early in the process. We can't expect it to be some kind of super amazing thing right off the bat. But we've seen that Witherspoon is already capable of playing at a very high level. And we know what Woolen did last year. So very quickly here, very quickly, I expect those guys to both be a big problem for every offense that they play. So that's the Seahawks injury report. It's daunting, but overall, I don't think it'll be terrible. You go over to the Giants side of things, it's shorter, but no less significant. So they've got a slew of limited participants in practice, including Saquon Barkley, although Coach Daboll was asked about, or Daboll, excuse me, was asked about Barkley, and he did not sound optimistic. So they're trying it out. They're seeing what he can do. Apparently, he did some individual drills. And I know I usually say if somebody's limited on, Wednesday or in this case Thursday, they're probably going to be able to play the game. But in this instance, I think they're just testing things out. And when I heard Daboll talk about Barkley, he sounded like he kind of knew that it's just not going to happen. Daniel Bellinger, limited with a neck injury. I think he'll play. DJ Davidson, elbow injury, limited. I don't think he plays a lot, but seems like he'll be okay. You've also got Ojulari. He's a key part of that front seven. I know he hasn't played that great so far this year. Hamstring injury, limited, probably good. And here's the thing that could kind of get the worm to turn a little bit for these Giants. Andrew Thomas limited with that hamstring injury. Now, he's missed a couple of games, and the Giants' offense has suffered significantly for it. He is a very good left tackle. He earned a giant contract this offseason. He's very good. And that offensive line needs every bit of help they can get because they are having issues. Evan Neal doesn't look like he's panning out all that well. They've got a rookie, a good rookie starting at center, but a rookie nevertheless. So Andrew Thomas being back or not is going to influence this game dramatically. We've seen without him, they have a really hard time protecting Daniel Jones, and they haven't been able to run the ball effectively at all this year either. So that's going to be very, very interesting to watch whether or not Andrew Thomas can get ready in time for this game. If they don't have him, it's tough to imagine them finding a way to do much against our defense. But if they have him, I think at least it opens the door a little bit. And Ben Bredeson, concussion, previously suffered a concussion, but he practiced in full. So probably fine there. And that is it for the injury report today. Pretty much in line with what you expect. Again, I expect a lot of this stuff to clear up as the week goes on. I think as the we get to Friday and Saturday, we'll start to see some of these guys start to participate and ultimately be likely to play, especially guys like Diggs and Reed. But right now, we've got some stuff we got to maneuver. So I'll see you guys later. Stream with the Hawks Nest tonight, right around the time the Thursday night game ends. I'll see you guys later. And yeah, let me know what you think down below.